October is known as Breast Cancer Awareness Month here in South Africa. Non-profit organizations are challenging you and I to get regular checkups and know about all types of cancer and encourage regular screening, as earlier detection is key. Now, an estimated 1.1 million new cancer cases are being reported in Africa each year, and there are around 700,000 deaths on the continent from cancer-related illnesses. And Tshepang Lutshaba founded an organization called South Africa United Against Cancer with the sole hope of changing lives. She joins me in studio now. Good afternoon to you, Tshepang, and thank you so much for joining us. Just your own personal story, because we're often inspired by our own adversities, our own challenges, and that fuels your vision to make a difference in society. Just tell us how you started or founded your organization.
Thank you for having me. The NPO was founded on 2017 after losing my aunt from cervical cancer. So this is what has happened. I went to hospital to see her, and as we were getting into that room, the doctor said to me, "Oh, you are Tshepang, your auntie's been waiting for you. Did you bring the makeup?" And I was like, "No, I did." And then I went to her. As we were sitting, she said to me, "You know what, I'm tired. I'm tired, Tshepang, and I feel like we've been ignorant. I've been ignorant for years because your aunt, Gogo, also was killed by cervical cancer, and I didn't know about it until this time." So, to be honest, I think we need to educate people in rural areas about this cancer. Because I myself, at my age, I feel like I've been ignorant. I never know such.
And why is that, Tshepang? Because one would argue that we have information, we live in the technology information era where everything is at your fingertips, so to speak, but there's still the stigma, there is the fear of being tested on a regular basis. Why, in your view, is that still the case?
I think for me, as much what I've noticed, especially in rural areas, not in rural areas, here in disadvantaged areas, there are still people that they still don't have the full idea what is happening around cancer, which I think is just being ignorant somewhere, somehow. But I think also what is important, we need to take information to people. As much as cervical cancer, I always knew about breast cancer. And when it hit at home, now we introduce the cervical cancer, and then you start being aware. So I think the problem is that we need to put information out there. We need to have lots of this awareness.
Yes, and not to treat it really as something, what's the word, like the boogeyman, so to speak, something that is scary, because there are different types of cancer, and early detection does save lives. And when you're well informed, you then have better choices, but it has to start early.
Absolutely. Because so what are we doing now with South Africa United Against Cancer? You will see our ribbon is purple, which it represents different types of cancer. But the whole idea, to be honest, is just to take the information to community so that you know, and then you're also telling them that they must go and do this early detection, they must go and do their checkups, you know, just to encourage even men, you know, go and do your tests instead of going when it's already late.
Yeah, but maybe if you use the different terminology to say cancer, my limited understanding of it is that it's abnormal tissue in the body,
yes,
that if not treated could potentially lead to a more severe, aggressive type of cancer.
Absolutely.
And then to the point where it could be terminal. But the cancer itself is just abnormality in your body tissue. So, you know, to take away the fear that we tend to have, yes, when you hear the word cancer.
Absolutely. I think for me, we need to, the more we take the information out there to people, the more we do this awareness. I think what is important, people, they just get to hear that word, cancer. And someone just feel like my life has been written off, you know. And that's what most people, when you ask, did you do your, you know, your normal checkups? And one will say, no, 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 no. Did you do your pap smear? No. Why? So the sooner you go, the better.
Yeah, and it's a cultural, it's a habitual thing that we need to inculcate. Exactly as you're saying, your annual regular checkups are there for a reason. For in case you weren't told that it is genetic or it runs in the family, because of the secrecy around it, people don't talk about these things in the family household. You only discover later when you're in that particular situation.
Absolutely.
So what you're trying to do is to prevent that element of surprise or even devastation to the point where somebody might die because of the, the period that they'd waited to be tested.
Absolutely. And also to give this information out there to people instead of being on denial of some of the things, because you get some, they still get, after diagnosing, but you still feel like, no, it can be. And instead of facing, okay, let me just follow, let me do my treatment, let me do it, they still take another direction on top of it.
I really want to call it out in the sense that, and maybe this is a generalization, the mere fact that there are misconceptions,
yes,
right, and myths where people would say it's either kibuloi, I've been bewitched, and all sorts of other denialism that still, is perpetuated. So how then do we say, especially be it Africans, black people in the main, to say go and be tested and stop hiding behind all these other excuses?
That's the information. That's the information that we're trying to take out there as South Africa United Against Cancer, and especially in rural areas. That's where I need to find our footprint in, because it's where, to be honest, there's still, questionable that it can be. I remember I asked some guy, and then he says we're in Eastern Cape, and then he said no, eNCA yabafaz. So you still get people that talk such. So the whole important thing, to be honest, right now is to put awareness out there. That's what we're hoping.
All right. No, we really appreciate, and we hope people here, if you are in Johannesburg or surrounding areas and you care about this particular cause, you can then join the Wellness Walk Against Cancer, which is scheduled for the 28th of October this month, 28th of October 2023 in Alberton, and it is at the Rietvlei Zoo Farm. Rietvlei Zoo Farm, you want to pencil that in, 28th of October 2023. That's Tshepang Lutshaba, founder of South Africa United Against Cancer.